Hello guys, and welcome back to another video of AK Games. Today we have a different video. We received a request from one of our viewers, Dimitri, and he asked us to do a tips video for Merkava MK4. And we are going to do that. The God is here with me,
Hey everyone.
and we will try to give some tips, of course. Please keep in mind that we are not like godlike players of War Thunder. We have our experience and we grind a lot the Israel tree. So we think we know some things about these tanks. So let's start with the beginning. Let's start discussing the armor on the Merkavas MK4. So it's like a light tank. The armor is not very good. It's full of flaws. I don't know if it's some of the flaws is related to a poor modeling from War Thunder team or if it is intentional. As you can see, anything can penetrate the Merkava MK4. It's sad, but it is what it is. Please keep in mind that sometimes this tank can do some bounce ricochets, sometimes happens, but please don't think that you are immune to damage, because you are not. It's good for sniping far away, if you only showing the tower, right, Dogod? Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if you're showing them the X-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see in the X-ray that you have a lot of composite armor. Uh, it doesn't work basically. So it says you have a lot, but everything that you'll face will go through that easily. At best, you'll get your tank incapacitated, either get one or two crew members off, or you get your cannon breach, which is, I guess, the most common since you have no armor there. So usually you won't be able to fire back, even if you don't die with the first shot. But your lower plate is also useless. Anything will go through that. You supposedly have the engine there to block the shots, but what it actually does is it will get you always on fire and create additional spalling to kill the crew behind the engine. So yeah, armor-wise, it's not that good. It kind of works as you said at extreme ranges, maybe 2-3 kilometers. It will do some bounces, some ricochets because of the angling. But other than that, if you're forced to fight close range or with no cover, you're basically dead.
Yeah, basically it's that. So now we discussed armor, so don't think you have armor.
Yeah, if you don't count on it, if you think you have it, not really a light tank because you don't have the acceleration to use this as a light tank.
Yeah,
But if you don't count on your armor, it will save you sometimes. I guess it's the best you can hope for.
yeah, it's true. Next, one of the most important aspects on playing on Merkava MK4 is the number of ammunitions. This is very important because I don't know why, but you can see here on the X-ray, you have here one ammunition here, right next to the engine, and this is one shot guaranteed. So to avoid this, you can only use. I'm sorry, it's not here. I want the test drive. So you want to use 11 ammunitions. So it's 10 on the storage and one already loaded on the cannon. We have here the storage. It's behind the tower, and it only takes 10, and you cannot take more. Well, only if you want to die quickly.
Yeah,
It's
basically, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you get those 11 shots. You can bring any type of ammunition. It doesn't be all the same, but you cannot go over 11. So the 10 from the first stage plus the one in the cannon breach, you get 11 shots. If you go over that, you get one or two munitions behind the engine. And as I said before, if you get shot on the engine, it will create additional spalling, and you'll always have an ammo rack there, which will also kill the crew in the turret, and you'll only get the driver left. And since you only have one of your crew members, you will basically lose the game, the tank and die.
Yeah. And let's be real, you will not use much more than 11 ammunitions in top tier. It's the reality of the game right now. It can change in the future, but right now it doesn't matter. You will die shortly. Even if you don't die, you can also always go to flag and recover some ammunition. Or if you kill 11 guys in top tier, you just drop a nuke in your airplane.
Yeah.
So now that we covered the ammunition part, it's a very important part. Let me just show you one thing. I will go into the test field with more than 11 ammunition. So you can see there we have 2 ammunitions there, and this is dead. Like you are dead. If someone shoots you in the front, because everything will penetrate there, because for some reason the Merkava don't have any armor there, you will die. Instant death. That that is what we wanted to show you. Now another thing. If you reach MK4 on Israel, well, it's also work on MK3, but we are talking about MK4, and you have stock, and you are like, oh no, I have to grind with ITFS. The HE, right?
Yeah.
HE.
It's the M339, so the HE time fused munition.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very good. Yeah,
yeah, the Merkavas get uh, slightly stronger than usual HE round. It is time fused, so if you do the range finding, even without the laser rangefinder, it will set the time fuse. So you cannot do the range find. But since you're stock, you also won't have the laser range find. So either way, it works. Um, because it has a little bit more pen than the other countries' HE, you can kind of use it a little bit better, and it works better than the Heat FS round. Obviously, since you're a top tier, you'll get a lot of the top tier Russian and light tanks on the other team. So either the BM2M, I guess, BM2M, and
yeah,
the other one, the 2S38 and 2S25,
yeah.
the light tanks, I
The
guess.
OP.
Yeah. So either in the beginning of the round or in the end of the round, you'll get a lot of those. And the Heat FS doesn't always kill them, but the HE round will always kill them in one shot, uh, usually in any place. Um, versus MBTs is harder, slightly harder to use. If from the front, it's very difficult to use. The best you can hope for is to get the cannon destroyed. And you can try to shoot the driver port. Usually it kills the driver and it also destroys the cannon. It's not an easy shot, especially versus Abrams and some of those, I guess. But you can do it. Then you'll have to find another way of killing them. You can always bring both HFS and HE. Another shot that you can do with this round is I don't know if you can show them
I'm
on
showing.
the
I'm
camera.
trying to.
Oh, okay. So this works on most tanks. Uh, I guess the Abrams would be the most difficult to use on for some reason, but if you shoot the HE round between on the hull of the tank between the upper side of the track and the bottom side of the track, but you need to hit the hull. It usually one shots the MBTs. It works on Russian tanks almost always. It works. It kind of works on the Leopards. Sometimes it doesn't for some reason. Sometimes the side skirts also eat the shot, but if you can fire a second shot, or if you find a place with no side skirts and you can shoot there, then it should one shot it. And this works better with this round, with this the Merkava HE round than the other countries because you have a little bit more penetration. Um, Another shot that you can do, and this is more for the leopards, 3.5, 3.6. If you can hit the roof of the turret, any place really, if you can hit it, it will probably die one shot. Maybe you're above him or he's slightly facing down, and if you have a shot to the roof of the turret with okay. No, but that's mostly it. So the biggest issue would be when they show up. If a tank suddenly shows up facing you, and you only have the HE loaded, it will be probably very difficult for you. It will also be difficult if you only have PTFS, so it's not really the difference. If you're stock and you only have and you're using mainly the HE round, you should probably stay back, a little bit back, let your team do the 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 forward stuff, so tanking the shots and finding the enemy, and maybe try and flank and try to hit them in the sides in the tracks, as I said before, if you can, or just try and get assists, try to immobilize them, take their tracks out, take the cannons out, and get points that way. I think that's the easiest way. And as you said before, this works on all the 120mm cannons, so the Mark III also works, and probably works better on the Mark III, since your opponents have less armor and less side skirts. So, yeah, you have that. But it also works fine on the Mark IV.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we already discussed about the HE round. It's pretty fire, sometimes better than the APFDS. Now let's discuss about the reload. The reload of the Merkava is very bad. It's 4.7.7?
Yeah, 7.7.
So, mine it's aced, only with the free ace, not with the golden eagles. And at the moment I have, let me check, mine is with 7.1. Even with a first level of ace, it's pretty bad. 7.1 is pretty bad. So,
The
what I
main thing
can...
is, this
Yeah,
is not an autoloader, right? So you have
yeah.
7.7, and you'll probably lose the loader immediately. The first shot you get that someone shoots at you, and it will take much longer than that, right?
It's true, but even with the loader being human, the Abrams, their loading, it's better. So I don't know why this is slower. Maybe training, they need more training.
Yeah, inside the game.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty bad. And if you are doing one-on-one fights and you fire, he fires, you are dead, man.
Yeah, if you fire at the same time, usually
Yeah,
you're going to get shot first.
yeah, yeah. Or he misses for some reason, or it's a dead sentence. So yeah, what I can say is, if you can, try to ace it, even the free ace. And if you can, if you have the money, the will to do it, I recommend to do the next level. Only, of course, if you love this thing. If you love it, I think for you to have more opportunities to shoot and to try and stay alive, it's good, because reloading will save you. Of course, as the god mentioned, your loader will be, sometimes it's the first thing to go, and then you have like an infinite reload time. It's pretty bad.
Either way, the tank works best at distance, right? At very
Yeah,
far distances.
yeah,
Mainly the inconsistent armor part, but also because of the reload, right? You have a good zoom. We were checking that before starting the video.
yeah,
It's times 12 and times 14 on the commander, which is fine. It's better than most countries. So you can use that. Your advantage. The thermals are also very good on the Mark IV.
yeah,
So you can use both of those things and stay further away. Uh, it probably won't save you. You're still going to lose crew members or even die. But at least your armor will work a little bit better, and your reload won't as much. Especially if you can hide behind like some big rock, because the tank is huge, so everyone will see you, right?
yeah. Everyone will see. I'm showing here the commander, so we can see the differences. The commander also has thermal, so it's good. Of course, it can be different to shoot with the commander side, but if you use it, you will get better at it.
Yeah. The thing is, the commander is sitting right behind the gunner, so
Yeah,
they're hugging for some reason. And if you're going to get shot, either you lose the commander and the gunner, or you lose the loader, right? So either way, it's bad. So if you lose the gunner and the commander, it will be even worse because you won't be able to fire back, and you will lose access to the commander sites. If you lose the loader on the left side of the turret, then you'll have like I don't know, 12 seconds, 13 seconds reload. So either way is bad, and your turret won't stop any shots basically. So yeah, try to not get shot.
yeah, it's true. Next, let's discuss about the velocity of the tank. The speed. This tank is very big. So, but also it has a very powerful engine. And the problem of the tank is the acceleration, right, David?
Yeah, it takes a long time to
Yeah,
get to top speed. If you can find the downhill, obviously it works better. But yeah, you'll get left behind a little bit. So you won't be the first to get into positions. Um, but yeah, if you can get somehow to the top speed, it works at what was it? 64?
64, 64,
Yeah,
65. Yeah,
64, 65, which is not slow. It just takes a long time to get there. The good thing is you can do this forwards and backwards, so
yeah,
it takes the same time to get to the top speed, or almost the same time. But because the acceleration is so bad, you cannot show your tank, shoot, and get back. So like an Abrams can do that because it has very good mobility. This one doesn't. So yeah, uh, if you have the time to get top speed, it will go fast, but you can't do that quickly. It will take its time.
yeah. It's true. I also show it here, going forwards and going backwards.
Yeah, even on road, it takes a long time.
Yeah. This is like a turtle, right? It's very big, but like a powerful turtle, right? But yeah, it's not an Abrams. Yeah, don't try to do corner fighting because you will lose.
Yeah.
Next we have so MK4M. It has two special things related, like if we compare to the other two, to the leak and to 4B. MK4M has two different like advantage. The first one I will show you. It's APS. It can stop missiles from the front. Well, it can stop missiles if you are looking at it, but not from the top. It's not 360. It's 180 degrees. It's one of the advantage of the 4M. It's very good. We have 6 charges, 3 on the left and 3 on the right. If you deplete the left charges, you need to rotate the turret a little bit so the other ones can deflect not destroy the missiles. The other advantage, let me just 1 second. What? It didn't destroy. Come on, man. Okay, I'm safe. So it's the turret speed. The 4M turret speed, it's better than the other ones. Not by a lot, but it's a bit different. So we have these two big difference. One is the APS and the turret velocity.
Yeah, I guess if you try to get range, the turret thing, the turret speed, it's not that big of a deal. But the APS makes a big difference. So
Yeah.
if when the BM2, the BMP2Ms show up, they have those 4 missiles with no reload. So if you have the 4M, basically you don't need to do anything. It will just destroy their 4 missiles and you have a guaranteed win. If you have the other two, you'll probably lose. The other thing that you said, it doesn't really work upwards, so it has I guess 35 degrees of elevation, I guess, on the APS. So if you have a missile coming from an helicopter or a drone, it will probably will not enter the range of the APS and will still hit you.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. From my experience, K-52s, if they shoot you on the turret from above, yeah, it's GG.
Hmm.
Endgame. Alright, moving to our latest tips. Fighting style. So we already discussed here some fighting styles. For example, this is a sniping style vehicle. So you if you want to fully embrace your Merkava, you need to try and go to sniping positions where you only show the turret. Of course, the armor is a bit troll, as we said before. So it can block some shots, but if they hit you well, it's GG. So another thing, don't try to do corner fighting, because the turret it's not on the center of the tank, so you need to expose a lot of your tank to see and to try to shoot, and they will get your driver, and then you will be there receiving shots on your driver. He will be replaced for another one, and then he will die again, and then you are dead.
Yeah, and not even that. So the driver is located right next to the engine, right? So if you're
Yeah,
showing the right side, your engine will always get hit, always.
yeah,
So you'll either you'll have no engine or you'll get caught on fire. So even if you don't lose the driver, the engine is you get hit first, right? Even
yeah,
before the driver gets hit. So you either way you'll be sitting there, not being able to see the enemy because your turret sits a little bit to the back of the tank, and you'll just get shot until you die, until you lose all your crew when it's replaced to the driver, or you have no more fire extinguisher. Either way, you'll stay there.
yeah. And you will not be able to fight back because you cannot see.
Yeah.
Of course, my fighting style, if you follow the channel, it's not like this. I like to brawl. The god is always telling me, "Don't do that," and I'm like, "I will go to the front." Yeah, but do that. Yeah, if you want to be happy, to not get angry with the game, call names to the game, don't don't play like me.
Either way, you're going to die
Yeah,
because the armor is that unreliable.
yeah,
So yeah, just don't. It's there's no point in getting angry. It's just it's part of the game. But I guess
yeah.
if you got to this battle rating, you already know this.
Yeah, for sure. It's a long road until here. Well,
And things are all bad.
yeah. But it's a game that we love, right? So, with all the defects, it's a cool game. All right, guys. I think we discussed everything. I believe so.
Yeah.
So, thank you everyone, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bem, track.
O gajo ainda estava aqui.
Está sem track.
Afinal, o gajo que me matou ainda aqui estava.
Ainda era mais isso.